for joining me. So happy to have you back. Today, I'm going to continue on with this theme that I started earlier this month because if you don't know, in the US, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So, my last video I recorded was about money and relationships and how domestic violence can actually have an impact on your finances, especially if you're a woman. Now, I understand that domestic violence happens between people of all genders, but I'm really going to speak from a woman's perspective. Number one, because I'm a woman. Number two, because most of the time, victims of domestic violence are women. They're disproportionately affected when there's an abuse dynamic in a relationship. And that's just my personal experience. I actually, if you don't know, I've been posting about it quite a bit this month on my Instagram account, Principles of Increase. Check me out there and follow me there. But I talk a lot about my personal experience and how domestic violence had a huge impact on my finances. And so that's just wanted to set that up a little bit. But yeah, check out my last video on finances and relationship, love, domestic violence, and that'll give you a preview into what I've been covering. And today I want to talk about something that I think is going to be key for a lot of women, because what we want to do is avoid or mitigate the risk of having an abusive partner, because when you get into that situation, it can be so hard to get out. So my goal is to talk to somebody so that they never have to go through what I went through. And one of my rules to help me avoid this situation again, or avoid an abusive partner again, is I don't date down. So I am encouraging all the girlies, women out there, you need to set this as a personal standard. And it's not just because you want free stuff and you want to live like a lady of leisure, although those things can be nice and that can be a byproduct. There's actually some deeper psychology to it. But before I jump into the nitty-gritty of this video, I want you to take a moment to hear a word from one of the channel sponsors. Are you tired of dealing with mail? Whether you're traveling the world or just want to simplify your life, Traveling Mailbox has you covered. It's the game changer you didn't know you needed. With Traveling Mailbox, managing your mail becomes effortless and secure. Instead of spending hours opening, scanning, or shredding mail yourself, Traveling Mailbox does it all for you. Every piece is scanned, giving you instant notifications so that you can read, save, or discard it with just a click. After switching to Traveling Mailbox, I couldn't be happier. My wake-up call came after missing a critical life insurance notice while traveling, causing my policy to be canceled. To make matters worse, I almost racked up more IRS debt and fees after missing their notifications too. Now with Traveling Mailbox, I have peace of mind. I no longer waste time driving to a P.O. box or dealing with tedious manual mail processes. Need a package forwarded anywhere? Consider it done. Have checks that need depositing? Traveling Mailbox securely mails them straight to your bank of choice. It's the ultimate time saver for personal and business use. Plus, it costs less than a traditional P.O. box, which can run over $200 a year in many cities. And that's without all the services that Traveling Mailbox offers you. USPS Informed Delivery, it doesn't come close. Traveling Mailbox has made managing my mail smarter, safer, and more affordable. With discounts like 2 months free for life when you pay annually, it's never been a better time to make the switch. Simplify your life and protect your peace of mind. Traveling Mailbox has you covered. To simplify your life, you can start your Traveling Mailbox subscription today. Simply scan the QR code that you see on your screen, or you can click the affiliate link below. You can also visit my website, www.principlesofIncrease.com/traveling mailbox. All right. Thanks for listening and thanks for your support. I truly appreciate it. And if you like this content, please help a sister out. Help me so that I can keep making it. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, comment below. Send this to someone who you think will be encouraged and impacted by these messages about finance, faith, money, love, relationships. And also check out the links in the description below, because if you click on those and you happen to buy or subscribe to some of the services, then I am compensated and I'm able to continue delivering content that helps people like yourself. So without further ado, I want to talk about something that has been burning in my heart, something that I'm really passionate about, because it took me a long time actually to get to this kind of like revelation without feeling bad or guilty or some kind of way, because the internets are full of all kind of psychology that will make you feel bad about advocating for yourself, standing up for yourself, and having standards. And essentially, the revelation that I've had in the last few years, especially since I've gotten divorced and I had to leave an abusive, violent relationship, there are ways that I can mitigate the risk of connecting with or having another abusive partner. And one of the key things, and there are a few standards that I have in place, but one thing I feel like people are scared to talk about is this idea of dating down. So I just want to be clear, like I already said, it's not just about like getting free stuff and making sure that you are a cared for woman, although I do think that is God's design and there's a blessing in investing in a good woman. You will get paid in dividends and everything else. It's like the goose that lays the golden egg. You're gonna pay some money, you're gonna find some money to get that goose if that goose is laying golden eggs. But the heart of the matter is you want to, again, screen, you want to see, because if you don't know anybody, you need to look at other areas of their life that clue you in to how this person is, how they operate, and what their character could be like. So this is just kind of like a number of things that you can screen for. And I also want to mention that there are exceptions, right? So if you are a young couple, you will probably be on parity with someone who doesn't have anything. You don't have anything because you're both young. So that there's an exception there, but there's still some ways that you can kind of take a look at somebody and see what is their propensity or potential for being industrious, ambitious, and being a go-getter. There's ways you can screen for that, even if there's not a lot of money to speak about. What I'm talking about is when you encounter somebody and maybe you both have some level of being established, you want to assess this person's mindset for really how they assign value. So I'm going to try to keep my thoughts organized, so track with me. But my intention is to talk about why I don't date down and why I don't think you should either. There are studies that show that a woman who earns more money than her romantic or intimate partner is 35% more likely to be in an abusive relationship. So, as you can imagine, things like having more education, maybe being raised in an environment or maybe a higher socioeconomic class, all of these things matter, and they can increase the likelihood that a woman will be in an abusive relationship. So I guess the science behind this is that if you're dating someone that you make a lot more money than they potentially could have some paranoia about you leaving them because they realize that you guys are not on the same level. So I think there really is some validity to that. Think about yourself situations or relationships you're familiar with, and the woman earns more, she's high, she's more educated, she's more prim, she's more proper, and look at her mate. Sometimes if she's chosen to date down, just look at the dynamic in that relationship, right? So that makes sense. So the next reason why I do not date down is because I believe that the way somebody handles money and the way they think about money is a reflection of their ability to do well in life. Money is kind of like your adult report card. Now, again, barring extenuating circumstances like illness, sudden job loss, death in the family, or something traumatic, aside from that, at a certain age, someone should be established enough where they can afford to date, they can afford to court you, they can afford to show you how much they love and appreciate you through taking care of you, investing time, money, energy. So those things matter. If somebody is always kind of griping and complaining about how much things cost, how they just can't get ahead, that person probably doesn't try very hard in life. Yes, we understand that there are challenges, but if that is a recurring theme, that nothing works out for this person, everything is always hard, you got to think how that might translate into the way they operate in a relationship. So it's something definitely to think about. Again, I understand there's extenuating circumstances. Everyone doesn't come into this category, but again, it's a way for you to mitigate risk of getting into a relationship with someone who they just don't care, they just don't try. And even worse yet, someone who could, they're not good with using their reasoning, their thinking, their words, and they just resort to violence and control to not lose you. The ideal is that they will use love and compassion and caring gestures to keep you. But there are people out there who they haven't learned to adapt emotionally, and they just don't have those skills. And unfortunately, they resort to violence. So the way they handle money and being ambitious and going after things, it's gonna clue you into their mindset and how they may operate in a relationship. All right, thanks for tracking with me so far. I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, please do me a favor, stick around to hear from one of the channel sponsors. Creating a prenuptial agreement isn't always about mistrust. It can actually be a great conversation starter that can lead to a partnership built on mutual respect, fairness, and foresight. Hello Prenup is the leading online platform for creating affordable, fast, and comprehensive prenuptial agreements that can help you do just that. It allows couples to create state-specific, customized prenups for a flat fee of $599 with the option to add attorney services. The platform streamlines the process, taking about 1.5 hours to complete. Hello Prenup also offers e-signature and notarization services, making it convenient for couples to finalize their agreements from home. Created by family law attorneys, Hello Prenup ensures agreements meet state-specific requirements while allowing couples to tailor clauses to their needs. Because real love includes protecting one another, and that means preparing for all outcomes, even those we hope will never happen. To learn more, scan the QR code that you see on the screen. You can click the link below in the description, or you can visit my website, principlesofIncrease.com/Hello Prenup. The other reason I don't date down is because someone who is always looking at how much something costs, they see everything as an expense. That means they don't understand how to invest. They don't understand that there is a way that you can spend money so that it multiplies and it makes money babies, and it's actually, you get a good return on your investment. That person is honestly going to have a lot of issues with their money. They're going to have a lot of issues with investing in you because they don't see you as an investment. They don't see you as something that can benefit them. They don't see a relationship with you, rather, as something that can benefit them. They just see you as one big fat expense that is weighing down their life. So I think when you watch how someone talks about money and how much it costs to do certain things, you want to watch out for the person who thinks everything is too expensive. If they're cheap, if they're stingy, if they're miserly, they're going to be that way with their love, time, money, and attention. And that also can signal that this person does not understand value. There are simply some men that they don't see value in women. They don't see value in marriage, in relationships. They don't see value in having a long-term legacy, something that outlives them long after they're gone. That is the kind of person you want to avoid because they're always trying to take the cheap, easy, stingy way out of life. And it's just not going to bode well. And I found that in my experience, this person does tend to be abusive. They get frustrated with the cost of things and what it takes to live life. And again, they just don't have any other ways to express themselves or get out of their situation. So as a result of their frustration, they can resort to violence. And then lastly, the other reason why I don't date down is because as a Christian, I have seen many times in the Bible where wealthy, high quality men, they actually show how much a woman means to them by putting their money where their mouth is. For example, if we look at Genesis 24, Abraham was looking for a wife for his son Isaac, and he wanted a high value, high quality woman. And he was so serious about it that he used a great portion of Isaac's inheritance to give to Rebekah's family. And that gesture of giving gold, silver, jewelry, clothes basically signaled to Rebecca's family that she will be safe, she will be loved, she will be honored, cherished, and valued in that relationship. And if you read that entire chapter all the way to the end, you'll see that when they finally do get married, Isaac and Rebecca, the Bible says that Isaac loved Rebecca. I could be wrong, but I don't remember reading that about any other couple in the Bible. So in this case, we saw that Isaac and his family, which is Abraham, they were willing to pay the cost to show that they valued this young lady, they valued legacy, and they saw the benefit of bringing her in the family so that they could continue to produce godly, God-fearing seed for many generations. So if you look at many other examples, of course, there's Ruth and there's Boaz, there's Jacob and there's Rachel, and plenty of other examples in the Bible where men show with their money and their resources that they're serious about courting a woman because they see her as valuable and they see her as a daughter of God. And that's really what we're after. We're not after somebody's money. We're not after a life of leisure. We're really after someone who sees us with the same eyes that God sees us. And the way that someone spends their resources, time, money, energy, is the way that they're going to treat you. And the way that someone spends their resources is a clue as to how they will treat you in the relationship. And watching how a man handles money is as much as about being safe as it is making sure that you're actually in a good quality relationship. But I do want to leave you with this last thought. Matthew 6:21 tells us that for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And so I think that's another clue that the Lord dropped for us as women, especially to make sure that we are getting His best. After all, if we're going to give someone our best years, our childbearing years, our energy, our love, and our devotion, we want to make sure that they're worthy of that as well. And there are ways that we can assess for that worthiness. And one way is to make sure that we keep our standards high when we are dealing with men and getting into relationships. That person that you have to build up, pick up off the ground. Again, there are rare cases and rare exceptions where that is appropriate, but for the most part, that man should be a leader. He should have ambition. He should have a plan. And he should have already assigned high value to the woman that's going to come into his world and carry out his godly legacy into the next generation. So hopefully that explanation helps. I know that I tend to go on and on and on, but that was just something that was on my heart. I hope it helps someone. I know that it's definitely helped me screen out people that are not serious, and that could potentially mean me harm later on in a relationship. So it's better just to avoid these types altogether. You are a daughter of the Most High God. You're worth it. And hopefully these tips will help you screen for that in the future. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you on the next video.